Ladies and gentlemen,
Hello, everyone.
welcome back. Indeed, it is today another exciting day. It's the winners' semi-finals. We finally made it to the near back end of the tournament now. It's been a crazy couple of weeks, but we are slowly approaching the end. You've obviously already just heard his voice, but I am joined today by Chuck Nicey. Chuck, how are you doing today?
I am beyond excited right now. How about you?
I am very excited. Yes, I would have been more excited had my race also been today, but unfortunately, you'll see that has had to be pushed till tomorrow. But no worries, that'll be just as exciting, I'm sure, as well. But yes, today is still just as exciting because we have two of the best runners in the tournament competing in front of your very eyes. It is indeed Sotalia versus Nylucky. Now, the other exciting news that we have is you'll notice that this channel now has a little subscribe button. We have now just passed the requirements to make affiliate, and although we're not asking for subscribers or anything like that by any means, what I would say is watch as much as possible to rack up your channel points, because we're definitely going to be running channel point predictions now for every single race going forward. That's very exciting.
Yes, it is. I am excited to see how many Spidey Tracers our viewers can get in as little amount of time as possible. I'm looking forward to all the different kind of possibilities that can come about from that versus, or such as perhaps betting some of these points on one side or another in any given race, or just about anything else we can think of. That is going to be exciting. We also have this yes, we have our channel points here being used to decide who will, or who predict rather, who will win this. I am very excited. I'm also very new to how Twitch works, so I'm glad that we have that right there in front of us to use.
Indeed, it'd be good to see where the vote is swaying as we get started. Now, let's go in and take a look at both our runners, shall we? So, again, we've said so already. Nilo versus Sotalia, one of the most hype potential matchups that we've got so far. Both have made it to the semi-finals now, and both competing for a place in the winners' final, just before the grand final, where whoever wins that will face off against the winner of the lower brackets. So, both of them running on emulator, although Nilo mixing it up a little bit because I know he's on mouse and keyboard, or just keyboard. I guess you don't really use your mouse, just keyboard. But Sotalia, we'll focus on first of all, rocking in at a 30:19, a very obviously respectable race time, a very impressive race time, second best of the tournament so far. But at seed number 1, Sotalia did manage to win all his preliminary matches and makes his way in at seed number 1. He's got 6 categories ran, and 6 of them all PlayStation. He is a PlayStation emulator runner through and through, and has 1 world record in and amongst them, which I believe is all comics. And the only reason he has 1 now is because a certain someone may have taken the rest. But we'll,
Who could it be?
Who could it be? Who could it be? Anyway. His favourite level is Bugle Basement. Now, unsurprisingly, it's not Symbiotes Infest Bugle. We know he had a bit of trouble with that last week. I'm sure he'll want to put that past him this week, and I'm sure he's been hard at work practicing that level particularly, because that nearly caused a bit of a nightmare for him last time. Chuck, do you want to talk us through Nilo and what we're looking like for him?
Absolutely. Nilo, primarily a PC runner, taking up the PlayStation emulator version just for this tournament, has already gone in and shown impressive times, showing that this was a secret assassin almost as far as this tournament is concerned. It was hard to count on him because he hadn't run PlayStation before, but if you take one look at his PC times, you'll know that he is nobody to take for granted. We can see in the categories ran, he's got 3 runs in PlayStation, but 11 overall, and that is because he runs primarily PC, as far as I'm aware. And with all of these runs, he holds 4 world records in Spider-Man 2K alone. And surprisingly on my account, because it's been just the bane of almost all of our runners in this entire tournament, favorite level is Waterfront Warehouse. But it could be because this guy just knows how to skip through this level like it's nobody's business. If he can't get the usual skip, I know he'll find a backup somewhere and probably surprise us with where he's going to pull it out from.
Yeah.
I am super excited for these two.
Yeah, the scariest thing with Nilo's runs is always when we get to Waterfront Warehouse and he goes for the swag strat through Waterfront Warehouse where he drops just below, or just before you're actually supposed to jump and you have to push all the way through. It's very scary and it scares me every time. The same way that people scare me when they do the hidden switches skip where you're supposed to fall through the water. I don't know why anyone ever attempts that in a race. Are terrifying people, honestly. Indeed. So we are here now and it's very exciting. I think we can pretty much move straight in to both runners because I believe they are ready and set up, positioned, and ready to go. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is for a place in the winners' finals. But again, because of the way double elimination works, we've still got to get to the winner of the losers bracket. Once everyone's been knocked down to losers bracket, who will get knocked down, and then we'll have the winner of the winners bracket versus the winner of the losers bracket at the end, and that'll be the grand final. So still plenty to play for regardless. Neither of these two have lost a match yet, so they still have one more chance should they lose this match. Now, let me just make sure that all runners are ready. Definitely, it does look like they are, but it's good to check. And don't forget, guys, you've got a couple more seconds to get your channel point predictions in. There's not much time left, but please do, if you have them, bet on either Sotalia or Nilo. See who wins. Okay, both runners are indeed ready, though. So let's count them down in 3, in 2, in 1, and go. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Both runners off. It looks like Nilo's. Oh, no, I don't think his auto splitter worked there. Oh, no, he'll be fuming with that one, I'm sure.
But that's okay. At least in terms of this race, we're looking forward total time. The worst that will happen if we don't have the auto splitter working is that Nyla won't be able to accurately track his splits, which is annoying from a PB tracking standpoint, but not very consequential in terms of a race. And wow, Sotolier breezing through, get to the bank, already a couple of seconds ahead of Nilo in terms of that execution. It is stunning to see someone that is the pinnacle of their respective platform, other than people that we won't name, uh, just going through and breezing through like this is nothing, making it seem like the easiest thing in the world.
Indeed, it's really impressive when you see some of these top runners. It's really impressive watching them walk through, and especially just the consistency of it as well. Because we know some of these levels can be finicky, and you can just like one wrong swing in the wrong direction slightly can throw you off completely. So it's really impressive to see both our runners here, experts in the fields, crack it so easily. I will apologise as well. It doesn't look like we have audio coming from either of our runners, but that is okay because you've got our lovely dulcet tones to entertain you regardless. So just pretend there's audio. As Sotalia, first mistake.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
There it is.
My days.
This is what Nilo needs to catch up. The hostage situation has been a silent killer this entire tournament. If there was one level that I thought was going to trip people up, I did not think it was going to be hostage situation this much. It is wild to see this once again plaguing another race.
Yeah, incredible.
And that brings Nilo up ahead at the moment.
Nilo will move to the lead at the minute as it stands, just because of that. Now, Sotalia, not too far behind, luckily managed to get through hostage situation very quickly a second time round, and that is more than fine. But so far, Nilo can confidently say he is in the lead. I'm sure we'll look to maintain that lead as he heads into the bomb room on top of the metal detector. Not bad. It's the switch. Let's see how quickly he can get rid of all these bank robbers. It seems pretty quickly. Only then Sotalia
having little troubles slipping through that door. That's going to cost him a little bit of time.
Gets there eventually. You see, I wonder from Sotalia's position as someone who I think has been pegged pretty early on as the one to potentially win it all, how nervous he is going into this. I don't know if nerves particularly play a part. I know he said before that he's just here to kind of have fun and have a good time. But when it's all on the line like this, you've got to think that nerves have got to play a factor at some point.
I think Soda is looking to have some fun, but that doesn't mean that he's going to hold back in any capacity at all. And I'm sure that those little mistakes and those little hiccups are probably going to get to him just as much as if he were, letting everything ride on his performance.
Yeah, for sure. And as both runners now approach the potential first little kind of dangerous section where you can have as much skill as you want, but sometimes it won't matter in the slightest as they approach Scorpion boss fight. Of course, we know J. Jonah Jameson seems to favour some runners more than others, it seems, and we'll see if he favours either of these two, as Nilo is now already at the building. Sortleer not too far behind, but is behind nonetheless now. Will J. Jonah Jameson play nice?
Let's see it. We're going to get into this Scorpion fight, and there's a hit on Jameson, pretty much expected. There's our second combo, third combo. Oh, Jameson's heading towards the door, and Nilo gets it just in time.
Sortleer, though, it looks like J. Jonah Jameson has run to the plant, which is a dangerous place to be. Oh, but stops him right on the edge of the door. Oh my goodness. Okay, Sortleer getting very lucky, I think, there with pushing Scorpion just to the right position to stop Jameson literally on the frame of the door to stop him running through there. So well played to both runners. Seems both will get off lightly in the first boss fight. And now on to just some nice movement levels. Nothing too crazy here until we get to the flying spider potential, which I assume both runners will go for. Nilo especially is the one who discovered the trick in the first place. So
Indeed, and even though this seems very easygoing, it's important to remember that Spider-Man's swinging mechanics can be a bit finicky, because where Spider-Man decides to swing to can sometimes be a roll of the dice, all depending, and that can be even more tricky when you're Nilo working with a mouse and keyboard, although I do believe that that is a technical limitation because it's hard to use analog sticks when you have hooves like he does.
Yes. Great point, actually. Yeah, I imagine very, very difficult. In fact, I'm very impressed how he's playing right now with those massive hooves. I must have a huge keyboard, honestly, to be able to hit the buttons as precisely as he's doing. Crazy.
I would love to imagine that he's like Peanut Butter the dog from GDQ.
Yeah.
Someone's just pointing a carrot down at one of the buttons and going, button.
I'd love that. I'd love to see more of that. I love when we see like animals do stuff. That was crazy last GDQ. I love that.
And we're seeing it right now because we have two beasts just absolutely plowing through this run. Both of them practically on equal footing. Soda, even though he had to restart a hostage situation, is now pulling slightly ahead in the side-by-side. And that just goes to show the absolute precision that Soda has when it comes to his movement.
Yeah, I think the best example of this was definitely just on that previous level where time can't really be made up at all. Apart from if you do those cheeky little extra zips just to save you that crawling time when you have zipped up to a next level. Now, we need to give a bit of a shout out here because it is the very first subscriber of the channel, it does look like. Thank you, Willie Fetty, who has come in and subscribed at tier 1. The very first on this channel. Bit of history there. Thank you very much, Willie Fetty, and I hope you're doing all right at work. Sorry that you are trapped there.
Indeed. I really hope that that situation can get a little bit better, but we are, in any case, we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. And here's a spider fly from Soda.
Locked in.
And it is successful. We're locked in. And Nilo, if Nilo doesn't get this, I would be very surprised. He is the originator, and there it is.
Easy. Yeah, he's got
fantastic execution.
Lovely. Looking good so far then. Sortleer, like you said, despite that early restart in hostage situation, is now just slightly ahead, but not by much. Nilo can very easily come back to bite him, so Sortleer will want to make sure he keeps this pace up, doesn't want to make any mistakes. And again, another boss fight where you can have all the skill you want, but sometimes it's just a little bit of mispositioning that can throw it all to the wind. It is Rhino. Now, I know Sortleer tends to like the combo strat more than he does the web dome strat. It seems to be the money goes for most consistently, so we might see a differing of strategies here as we enter into the Rhino fight. We shall see. Sortleer heading there first.
Indeed, the combo strat is a little more consistent, and you get the benefit of saving webs whenever you exit the Rhino fight. But as you can see, the web dome just happens to hit a little bit quicker, and he's in a good position for it, and it's knocking Rhino down like it's nothing. Nilo, on the other hand, getting a punch in, now having to resort to the web dome himself, and that is an easy time with Rhino with that 1 pixel health, forcing him to do one more web dome.
Indeed, I'm quite impressed actually that both went for the combo strat and then very well, of course, backed it up with the web dome strat when they did get punched in the face a couple of times there. So nice and smooth for both runners. We'll move on now to the Venom chase, where actually, realistically, it's more that Venom's chasing you as opposed to you chasing Venom at these guys' speed. But obviously, we don't want to make sure you go too fast because that is also a danger that you'll either lose Venom or soft lock the entire level when you jump into this building.
Indeed, the distance between you and Venom that is allowed is very generous on easy, but it's still possible that if you go way too fast, that you can fail the mission because you are getting too far away from Venom. It's all a matter of your proximity to Venom, not so much where you are on the path he is going to take.
Absolutely. Now, it does look like Sotalia has made it through, and I'm assuming Nilo, yep, will make it through as well. Good jumping from both of our runners. And doing well, which I've seen some people do actually, not to get caught on the side of the building when Spider-Man does that swing. Sometimes he gets caught on the side and doesn't actually crawl into the hole. I've seen that a couple of times actually over the last couple of days, so glad to see that neither runner has got that so far. I don't think we've had that in the races so far, but you never know. Sometimes these things do just happen in the runs. We've already seen people out of bounds on Monster Rock of all places, which was crazy. So hopefully we've not just cursed him by mentioning that at all. We shall see. We seem to be quite notorious for doing that over the course of these runs. It has been a bit of a commentator curse session.
Indeed. And as a quick point of note, it looks like neither of our runners are war criminals and that neither of them have the cutscene skip activated. We did not see the sort of...
Oh
my goodness!
No, that's crazy.
Oh,
That's
no.
amazingly just bad luck. So what we've just seen here, ladies and gentlemen, is something that, again, going too fast can cause big trouble. As Sotalia climbing on top of the building, and actually, because he went so fast during the end swings, losing Venom as he walks into the cutscene. Incredible. And that will put Sotalia massively behind now if he's got to repeat this entire level. There's no real way to speed this level up. Similar to, I guess, if you like, the subway level, where you've kind of just got to ride it out in a lot of cases. You just kind of follow in the path that you've got to make until you get to the end. Just a massive time loss there. Sotalia's going to have to put in some big work here to catch up.
Indeed, and it's going to be extra aggravating to have to sit through this cutscene, hopefully not going too fast into that cutscene. There we go. Venom does manage to jump in, but still having to just sit there and do nothing during this entire cutscene, knowing that you've fallen behind because of it, has got to be pretty aggravating.
Wow. Incredible. So, it does look like now Nilo has defeated the first Venom fight and is moving on to the sewers. Meanwhile, Sotalia is still even to reach the first Venom fight, which again will kind of give you a perspective as to how different the time is now with this unfortunate incident from Sotalia's end. We'll see. I think Nilo might even be able to make it all the way to the end, potentially, of this next level before Sotalia can even finish the Venom fight. We'll see how quickly he gets through.
Of this level, absolutely. He's only got to take out these last few lizards. I'm wondering if he's going to be able to get done before Soda manages to finish the Venom chase. Which it looks like it's going to be just about that way.
Yeah, almost going to finish this in sync, nearly just about there. Sotalia managing to not outrun Venom this time, which crazy that we've just seen that. Really, really unfortunate for Sotalia. We'll see. We're not counting Sotalia out, of course, just yet, because we know Sotalia is an absolute madman when it comes to this game and will pull off the craziest of things if it means getting first place, I'm sure, and winning this race today. So, let's see. Nilo, onto the pipes. Looking for some... Oh, sticks a little bit there. Continues to stick. Oh, but keeps going round. Makes it to the last pipe. Okay. Wow, really nice, actually. Managing to stick in a pretty good place to be able to still continue swinging, even though he's quite stiff when you stick to a wall and try to swing immediately. So, well played to Nilo to continue on into Subway. Sotalia very quickly finishing off Venom there, and we'll move into the sewers himself now. So, Nilo can rest easy. I don't know if he's paying attention to the stream at all, but we'll be able to see just how much of a lead he's got now on Sotalia, as he's still got to make his way through this level and then onto the God Pipes.
Right. I have a sneaking suspicion that Soda is going to get to the subway around the same time that Nilo finishes up the subway, which means that's going to put them at about a uh 2 minute and some odd seconds difference in terms of time, which is devastating if they're both supposed to be on their A game.
Yeah, there's a lot of time to make up. Obviously, once we get past this subway, that's where the skips go crazy. So Nilo, the pressure's on really him at the minute to make sure he nails all these skips first time and maintains this lead, because we all know Sotalia, again, very, very good, very, very extremely, extremely good runner, and so will take every opportunity to hit the skips if needed to get through and catch back up.
Let's see here. We're going to see the God Pipes. Let's see it. Nilo's God Pipes were actually very impressive. Normally, whenever you hit that last pipe and you don't manage to go, ooh, speaking of skipping pipes,
Oh, and the smooth landing as
fantastic
well.
work by Soda.
Hell yeah.
But usually when you manage to hit that last pipe and you end up sticking to it, usually you have to get into targeting mode. Nilo was swift enough to just be able to drop off the pipe and then swing to that last platform, which was very impressive.
Yeah, clearly very confident in his height there to make sure that he would hit the building, the kind of exit way, as opposed to falling straight to his death. So very well scouted out there. Obviously, I think this is where we see the kind of the difference between some of these top runners and the rest of the pack, where we can see the small adaptations made where they know they can be made, just because these runners have run this game so many times. They know this game almost inside out and out at this point, that they can just make these adaptations on the fly, knowing that things will be fine regardless.
Yep, they know how Spider-Man works, and how to work with him, even if he tries to work against him. And that's what's going to make for a fantastic race in this case. Soda joining us here in the chat, saying he's going to the losers bracket. I'm not going to count you out just yet, Soda. Don't think I will.
And the funny
I'm not
thing is,
counting out just yet.
I appreciate as well that so if you're not aware, everyone in the chat as well, when you predict channel points on a race or in a chat, you can actually see what someone voted in when they type in chat, and so today it does look like has voted for Nilo to win this race. So clearly, I don't know if this is like a betting scandal, or if he's like throwing for content, or what's going on here. Might need the judges to come in and make a ruling there. I'm not sure. It's a dangerous game Sotley is playing here, betting on other people and then being behind. I'm not sure about that one.
Absolutely. Sounds like a reverse of Daredevil's origin, with his dad betting on himself to win. What's also actually kind of funny is that I believe the end results of that betting were 6 people voting for Soda and 1 person voting for Nilo. So Soda is unfortunately the only person to vote for Nilo in that particular prediction, and it looks like they are going to miss out on their chance if things stay the way they are.
Yeah, this is how exciting it gets. Now we've got betting in play. Ladies and gentlemen, isn't betting so exciting? Don't bet with real money, maybe. That's kind of scary. But betting with channel points is fine, because they don't cost you anything, so that's nice. Okay, Nilo, into tunnel crawl now. We'll be looking to try and execute this as expertly as possible, and then into the flying spider at the end. Making his way down, finding some good zips. Just needs one good last zip here. There it is. That should close him out. And make his way then to the tunnel crawl skip. And now Sotalia only just finishing subway, and will make his way now to the end of this level, hopefully getting in and past the gate fairly quickly. But Nilo not giving him any chance at the minute to catch up. He's also nailed every single skip very nicely so far.
Nope. I mean, he came up with this skip. It was going to be very unlikely he was going to miss it in either instance. So no surprises that he got it done. Still fantastic work that he got it done so clean. Now I wonder if he's going to go for the falling strat here in Venom's Puzzle, and he is. Let's see how he can do it.
Oh, he's through.
There it is.
He's
this
under.
strat saves a solid 10 to 15 seconds, if I want to believe.
Yeah.
So he hits it, so he gains just that much more time. Especially if Soda is not able to hit it himself.
Yeah, giving Sotalia absolutely no room to breathe here. Trying to make sure He hits absolutely everything possible, even going for some of these crazy zips. It looks like the Spyron zips in the maze, trying to fly through as fast as possible. Trying to get this last swing. There we go, does manage to find it. Can be a bit finicky there. Spider-Man doesn't often want to see what's right in front of him. There we go. Making his way to the end of this tunnel to clip through. In the meantime, Sotalia also trying to find some crazy zips on the
This might be
tunnel
close.
roof.
Okay,
Go,
we're
makes
all
it
good
nice
on
and
Soda's
safely.
side. And Nilo is safe in the Lizard's Maze, getting a little extra safety zip there. Not so much needed.
Oh,
I thought Soda was going to go for
I
old
thought,
strats.
I thought then,
That would have
yeah.
been fantastic.
Oh, he baited us a little bit there. I was quite excited to see that. Oh no, okay, Sotalia. First attempt, unfortunately sticking to the wall. He's going to attempt it again here. Oh, and doesn't even get the awkward swing, and so we'll have to opt to
Oh
do
my
this.
goodness.
The no skips route, wow, so putting him even further behind. This is crazy to see at this point after Sotalia being so consistent otherwise in so many of these tricks. To have fallen down now at this point is really unfortunate.
We might have to get ready with the censor button whenever Soda joins us for the interview. We're going to have to keep that at the ready. Because, man, if I were Soda right now, I would not be a happy camper. But speaking of happy campers, I think Nilo is probably pretty happy with how that Venom turned out. He is on his way through to Symbiote's Infested Bugle, so let's see if he can get that particular skip. And Soda here with his own drop attempt.
Oh no, he's
and
not
it looks
found
like he falls through.
Oh, this is devastating.
Man, that is unfortunate. So let's see if he can try to get it again. He needs
He's
to
going
get this
for it
skip
again.
at this point.
Oh, quite fast through. No, he's not found it again.
Oh my goodness.
Gosh. Truly an oh my days moment right now. We are seeing Sotalia heavily struggling. It seems like Venom Puzzle is the new Symbiote's Infest Bugle for him at the minute. He's getting quite stuck. Looks like he's got a decent path though, straightforward now. Just needs to... No, not
good, and he
soft
got
lock it. I
stuck
can't
behind
believe
the
it.
door. Oh, this hurts your heart. Nilo, we can't ignore Nilo for too long. He had a little bit of trouble there with Symbiotes Infest and had a really good elevator descent as well. Soda struggling to get the setup this time, but he is
Can't
through.
believe he's still
We're gonna
going for
see
it.
one more. Hey, he doesn't want to give up. I can understand that,
He's
and
got
that's
it. Okay.
perfectly fine.
He's got it. Redemption for Sotalia. He has got it this time. In the meantime, Nilo is on Stop the Presses. A very, very big lead now for Nilo, going into nearly the Mysterio fight before Sotalia even potentially get to the end of the Venom 2 fight. So we'll see how quickly Nilo can continue on. Very, very few mistakes from Nilo so far this entire run, which really, really has set Sotalia in a bad position, as a few mistakes from him have potentially cost him the entire race now already.
Indeed, all that efficient movement has done well for him whenever they've both hit the same sort of skips. But now that Soda has missed some of these crucial skips, all that good movement in the world is not going to help him out if he doesn't pick up some of these skips going forward. And he's going to have to bank on Nilo missing a skip or two.
Yeah, which he hasn't done so far. An excellently executed basement bugle strategy there to make his way onto the Mysterio fight, which I'm sure will be no issue whatsoever. Although, of course, by saying that, I have absolutely cursed him, and it will take now 10 minutes to finish this level, I'm sure. In the meantime, Sotalia lining up Venom on Venom 2, hoping for some good spawns to speed up this level. But so far, the first one not to be, and the second one not to be either. Okay, so another long spawn. We'll try and hope for the jump. And no, it's just not Sotalia's day. Can't believe it. Venom going for the grab, spinning all the way across the other side of the waterway here. And let's see.
At this point, I have to believe that the Marvel Villain Arcade is absolutely interfering with Soda's run right now. I cannot believe that this is how this is going down for Soda. I honestly feel pretty bad about it, because now Nilo is on Waterfront Warehouse, his favorite level. So let's see if he can get the skip first try. Wouldn't be too surprised.
Yeah, straight through. Oh, he's going for the early strat as well. Going for the early drop.
Indeed.
I'm not sure if that was the right position, but he could prove me wrong here. He absolutely has. Never mind.
There he
I'll
is.
shut my mouth.
Wow. Oh, and by the way, Fetty has that comic.
Of course. Very important to note. Very important to note at this point in the run that Fetty does indeed have that comic. Now, Sotalia, this is where he had some trouble last time. Let's see if, at the very least, he can make it through this level nice and smoothly. He's got through the first half, just needs to secure this jump now, and everything is well. It is. Okay, redemption at least
There it is.
from the previous run. He has made that very, very quickly.
Nilo getting a little bit of guff from the lasers. They managed to snipe him out of the sky at least once, as far as I could tell. Just that little bit of unfortunate circumstance that's gonna give Soda a little bit of help, which it looks like Soda needs it
Yeah,
because
unfortunately,
he
not
has
getting the out of
just
bounds.
failed elevator descent.
Yeah, not getting the out of bounds straight away. It looks like he's going to go for the tricky strat here, the little wiggle at the end. No one doesn't find the
He
end
misses
trigger.
it.
So that is, for those who aren't aware, you won't have seen that in a race before because no one's dared to attempt it. But this is technically the fastest way to do this level, is if you zip out of bounds on this side as opposed to falling all the way to the floor. If you do this little wiggle at the end here to try and drop into the loading zone, that will actually finish the level just in the same way that jumping from the other side of the elevator shaft can do as well. But totally having some trouble here, not getting out of bounds here again. We'll try the other side. Oh, it's just not. It's not looking good for him. And it
Not
looks
lining
like,
up.
oh,
He's going for kid mode straps.
reverting all the way back to kid mode strats. That's how far this run has broken him at this point. We're going old school. Nails
I can
it.
imagine.
Actually nails
So
it. Fair play.
Zoe's got to be pretty happy about that. I
Of course, yeah. I don't imagine
Nilo.
he would have expected to see
Now-
Sotalia have to pull that one off.
Nilo getting through, stopping the fog. Here, I believe he got the cutscene skip for that level in particular, which is one of our newest strats that we found, rocketing him ahead to the Doc Ock fight. Now, I don't know if Nilo has any successful one cycles under his belt, but that would be insane to see him get that in this race.
Yeah, I think he's on really good pace here at the minute as well. I'm just going to verify that and double check what his current PB is on emulator. Currently sat at a 30:53 as his current PB, and he's on at the minute 25 minutes, obviously 45 seconds or thereabouts here. Let me just see. I think he is significant. Yeah, he's like a good, I want to say a good minute and a half in front of his PB at the minute. So this is looking real good for him.
Indeed, and I like your strategy there of pointing that out. Perhaps if he makes a mistake at this point, that'll help Soda.
Oh, the one cycle.
Oh my goodness, he gets the one cycle? Never mind. Looks like you are not bad luck for Nilo this time. Wow.
Damn.
This is absolutely mind-boggling. The performance Nilo is putting in.
Oh, and the swag. A swag pull as well.
Wow.
Crazy, crazy. This man is just showing off now at this point. It's crazy.
And Nilo is doing the new strat for Carnage, getting a couple of web balls out and pulling them right back into the bubble, so that bubble does not go down because Carnage is technically outside the bubble for a split second, meaning that the bubble does not need to reset itself in order to give Carnage a chance to attack.
Indeed. And Carnage will be defeated now with 27 minutes on the clock, that'll look like. Sotalia has managed now to defeat Mysterio, and we'll move on to the final stretch of the game himself. Of course, Fetty does have that comic. Important to note there once again. He will make his way now to the waterfront warehouse and try and get this skip off. In the meantime, Nilo's about to finish the game and finish this run and put it all in the bin. Nice, okay. Sotalia does manage to get it. Okay, I got a bit scared there, but that is fine. Sotalia nailing that. No more crazy skips now left for him. He will just make his way onto the hopeful one cycle, Dr. Octopus. And of course, we've got Stopping the Fog, I guess, as well, but that's nothing too crazy. Oh, and go.
Yeah, I think Soda knows where he is, so he says, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to grab that comic. Why not?
Shout out to Burke. Burke's home down there in the room there with the comic. Love to see it. Love to see a good stop there. We won't see that very often in these races, but I'm glad we get to see it today.
No, indeed. And that particular comic takes nearly no time at all to get to now that we have that particular strat figured out. So it won't be sandbagging the run all that much. Sotalia are going for a strange underwater trench. I think he's just trying to show off for us, be a little bit entertaining with some of these levels now at this point, now that we know exactly where uh Nilo and them sit with this.
Yeah, I think Sotalia has theorized. I remember he was trying this on his stream actually the other day, that zipping underneath there and doing the movement that way might potentially be the fastest way to do that level. So I guess some good feedback there for him to look back on later to see actually how that split went in comparison to the normal route of just swinging over it like a regular human being. So we'll see. Nilo,
Indeed.
very close to the end now. Crazy.
Absolutely wild. Looks like he just crossed the 29-minute mark. And with this last hallway, oh, I'm sorry, no, not the last hallway, but I think we can safely say that if he finishes this without any problems, he will be the second person to get a sub 30 in this tournament.
Absolutely. And this is by far and away a PB for Nilo. Here he goes, closing out the race. 29, 27, 28, roughly, maybe just about, because if you remember, he started the timer slightly late just because the auto split didn't work. But there we go. Wow. A 29, 27. Absolutely what was needed here to shut Sotalia out of the competition and into the losers bracket. An absolutely crazy upset. I think most people would consider this to be. But Nilo is your winner today.
That is incredible. I cannot believe we saw such a solid performance from Nilo, and I can't believe some of the heartbreaking things we saw from Soda's side. It is a bit of a shame as far as that is concerned. But hey, I guess Soda gets the channel points, being the only one to vote for Nilo. Oh wait, no. Oh, they both voted to. Oh, Q
Yes,
Prowl.
you're right. Yes.
Okay.
It looks, yeah, I don't
Q
know why it says
Prowl
Q
also.
Prowl, but that maybe there as well. But yes, it does look like Sotalia and Nilo, the big point spenders on voting for Nilo. There we go. The one cycle from Sotalia, so it has that very nicely locked down as well. I wonder if he'll go for the fast carnage strat as well. You've got to imagine he probably will at this point. Nothing really to lose. There we go. Oh, Nilo didn't vote apparently, so I don't know why it says in. Okay, well, magic, mystery. Who knows? Channel points already causing drama. Crazy. But there we go. Nilo will indeed take home some points. Well, won't take home those points, but can be glad that he did. Oh, there we go. Q Prowl appeared. I did. Okay, brilliant. There we go. Perfect. Okay, we finally got
Q Prowl on
yeah.
your 80 points. Fantastic stuff. Soda getting in with this new Carnage strat as well, showing it off very nicely.
We'll
Hopefully
close
some
out.
of our runners can take note of that and start incorporating it into their runs. But wow. How crazy. I can't believe that this race went the way that it did. I really thought that this was going to be closer, but I mean, we've seen a couple skips on Soda's side work, but it really seems that Soda seemed to miss almost every skip aside from Waterfront Warehouse and Lizard's Maze on the first try. So
Yeah.
that is what cost him so much time, and that is insane.
Yeah, the big thing, obviously, those of you who might have forgotten, was the Venom chase that really, really set him behind. Literally at the very end of that level, outran Venom climbing into the cutscene. That was the first moment in time that Sotalia fell behind and couldn't really, it seems like, recover it from that point onwards. It was really, really unfortunate. Even, like you say, with some of these skips that I'm sure he's well practiced on, has done plenty of times, but just in a race situation, anything can happen, and unfortunately, it just didn't go Sotalia's way today. I can also confirm, just for like further note as well, that Nilo's 29:27 is indeed the fastest race time currently on the board so far with that result. So another great achievement for Nilo there. Not only grabbing a PB, dropping into the 29 mark for himself as well, but also putting in the fastest race we've seen so far at the tournament.
Indeed. And despite the sort of perceived guff we're giving Soda, it is important to note that wherever Soda ends up with this, I believe he's going to end up going sub 34. That still leagues better than at least half of our tournament runners in this tournament. So I think it should not be understated that Soda is still a very competent runner, and the fact that he's keeping his time so low despite all of these hardships is really a testament to how skilled he really is at this game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can see it here. Is looks like opting for no swinging where he can help it at all, and just going for zips all the way down now towards the end of the level. Very, very well practiced on this particular level. And here he goes, about to close it out now. Close it out about 34. I want to say 04. There we go. Stuck in. Sotelier finishes the race, but will be knocked into the lower bracket in a crazy, crazy upset. I said it from the beginning. I did think Nilo was potentially going to be a dark horse in this race, and showing it here not only in person, but in the run as well. Putting in an absolutely tremendous effort today to take the win.
Indeed. Let's see if we can pull our runners here into the caster channel to get their thoughts on how this race went.
Indeed, I'm sure we'll be speaking to them very, very soon. Here we go. Sotelia is in.
Man. Oh my god. What a race. I love it.
That was some nutty stuff for sure. Guys, can we get some initial first thoughts? Soda, let's hear your initial thoughts about this race.
What can I say about this? First of all, I feel good. I feel good that Nilo got tremendous time for this race. Because even if I were playing good, I think he will still have won the race. So I feel good about it. But yeah, I that Venom never happened to me. That I never die on that cutscene. But all right, cool.
That was nutty. I've never seen that the way that chase went. I've never seen that before. That was absolutely crazy. Man, I like I was saying earlier, despite some of these pitfalls with some of these skips and of course that Venom chase, you still managed to pull out a real close 34 time. So I honestly believe you should be very proud of that run. You know, considering how it all went, I think that went really well.
I did get 2 goals. So
Yes.
Yes.
3 goals.
Where were those goals?
Where, yeah, because I'd like to know if one of them was the underwater dredge.
So Scale the Girders was 1 goal. Train was another goal. Hidden Switches was really fast as well, gold. And the Carnage. Yeah, that's about it. 4 goals.
Nice.
Okay.
But yeah, like after Venom, I knew I was gonna lose, so I was just like, you know, trying to skip often like that. But yeah, I have no comments about this run. But GG's to Nilo. I think he deserves the win. No matter if I like fucked up or anything, like I think he deserves to win.
Yeah, a crazy performance from Nilo. Let's hear from you then, Nilo. Tell us about this run, because not only was this a PB, it was also your first break into the 29 time for PlayStation emulator, and it's now officially the fastest time of the tournament so far. So I don't know, where do you even start with that? Tell us about your race.
Well, it was an amazing run. I mean, I didn't miss a single skip. I mean, I had like minor time losses here and there, maybe in movement, but all the major things were done in the right way. So I'm very happy with this run.
Yeah, incredible stuff. And I guess, Nilo, then that moves you on to the winners final. And Sotelia, that will drop you down into, let me just double check where exactly this drops you down to. You will face, it looks like, the winner of either Zoe or Chuck, depending on who wins that race. So, I guess, yes.
No.
Yeah, no, Chuck.
No.
Yeah, it should be some exciting. We've got some exciting races definitely coming up. Let's see. I don't know what even to say next. What, I guess, Nilo, for you then, moving into the winners final and awaiting the winner, I guess, of myself and Fetty. What do you even practice at this point after putting in such performance?
I don't know. I think I will do like I have done for this race, like the full game runs without timers. So just playing through the game, using save state maybe to try a few skips a few times, but no timer. This one is my first time the run since my last race, basically. So I only did practice in that way. In fact, I had a lot of golds, and the time is much lower than my PB because I didn't have like the steps in between. I did the huge jump in only one run, basically.
Yeah, brilliant,
Wow.
brilliant stuff. Yeah, and then Sotalia, I guess for you, I'm assuming you're obviously going to want to try and make that lower bracket run now. What I guess, despite the unfortunate bit on Venom Chase, which I guess you can't really practice for, you just obviously don't do that again. I guess it's the easiest way to do that. But what are your kind of thoughts then making this lower bracket run, and where's your kind of head at the minute?
Well, I'm not mad that I lost against Nilo, to be honest. As I said, I think he deserved the win. And I'm still having fun. Like I feel like I'm just gonna keep my mental flow, just go as it went. Except for Venom, that's about it. Just have to be a little patient with Venom, I guess. And yeah, I feel like I'm gonna. I mean, being in losers bracket means you gotta race more, so that's fun for me.
That's true. That's a fair comment. Yeah. Fair comment. Yeah. Wow. And I guess Nilo, question from Willie Fetty in the chat. Out of myself and him, who are you wanting to face come your next race?
I don't know. It's still another question. I may say that I would prefer Fetty.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm sorry, Fetty, but
there we go. Right. Well, I think that does it. That will do it and wrap us up there. Unless Chuck, have you got any final questions or final thoughts before we look to wrap up and proceed on to tomorrow?
I don't have anything substantial. You guys had fantastic runs, both of you. Nilo, congrats on your PB. You put it in the single best time of this tournament. Congratulations on that. As far as last little wrap up things, quick shout outs from me, and I'm sure from everyone else. Quick shout outs to Crypto for organizing and coming up with this tournament. I think that's important in every single stream that we do. And then of course a shout out that I think we don't give enough is shout out to Spyron, who is our principal tech for this tournament, putting together all the graphics that we see here, besides the sort of custom webcams that we have for Soda and Nilo and all our other cameraless runners. Everything else you see is something that Spyron has put together. So I think it is a crime not to shout that out, that he's been doing a fantastic job with this.
Bless you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we shall be moving on to tomorrow's proceedings, which, if you are back here tomorrow at 1700 hours EST, you will indeed see potentially a pretty hype showdown between myself and Willie Fetty. I know a lot of people are excited about that one. And I guess kind of semi-spoiler for tomorrow, we've both agreed that we will run on hardware, so I'll be making the switch across to hardware for this race. So we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, please do look after yourselves. Please do tune in tomorrow. Please do check out all the VODs, which are available on YouTube and on the Twitch channel as well. They're a bit behind on YouTube. That's my fault. I have not uploaded some of the later ones, so my bad. But you can watch them all on Twitch. They are all highlighted and stored away in a nice little playlist for you all. So please do check that out. Just stick around for any channel point predictions as well tomorrow. Make sure you rack up your channel points where you can, because that just makes it more exciting when you can bet things. So with that said, thank you very much again, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.